something that Chris Rogers in particular has talked about is the idea of that defensive skill of the game and the ability to get through a period when it's difficult, and having the technical wherewithal to do that, not just I suppose mentally or making the right decisions, but actually having your game in gear. Do you think that is an area that has been focused on enough in recent years in terms of Australian batting? Does it need more focus?
Needs more focus. That's simple. And Chris was fantastic at that night. You go back to what he and David Warner did at the Oval. I think, and hopefully numbers are right, 14 runs off 10 overs. They read the situation really well. And that patience and adaptability, once again, going back to that word, to read the situation there. So, I've really been impressed by sort of Chris's insights and comments, and I was before. He's a good insight into the game, and I think it's a fair situation. We've talked to him about coming in and talking to people around that, both technically and mentally, and I think about a year ago he worked with our under-19s. No, I think it's a fair comment and something to drive some of our thinking.
One of the key elements of the Argus review was accountability.
Yep.
Who's held accountable if these performances keep continuing? Is it the coach? Is it you? Is it the players?
Let's go to that report. It talks about ultimate accountability. So, yeah, that's me. So I've obviously got to make the people that report to me. And I think you were in the press conference yesterday asking Darren, is he under the pump? And he said yes. Am I under the pump? Absolutely. As I should be. As I should be. So I've got no problem with that. And always with that, you go and address and focus on the problem. Focus on the problem at hand. I want to, we're in the middle of a test match, and I want to see some resilience now, and see the guys who can step up and take the opportunity. Because as a team, we're under the pump. As a system, we're under the pump, and I think Australians expect that fight, and I think that's a fair enough expectation.
A lot of people are looking at the decision to extend Darren's contract. Was that premature, or was that a mistake?
Not at the time, it wasn't. And no, look, I think I've been working with Darren for a long time. I get to see him work. This is a great challenge for his coaching. I think he's in uncharted territory for him as well, and we've talked about that. This is a great chance for him to reinvent. And he's been contracted through to past 2019, which is a huge year in the calendar. There's an Ashes away and a World Cup back to back. And I think we've got a young captain with a coach that's I wanted to give the team and squad some stability. So I don't apologise for that. I made the decision. I take accountability for that.
Darren Lehmann and his contract, like, it was obviously the right call at the time in your mind. But does a series like this change anything, or do you still feel like he's the man for this team?
Well, this is one of the great ones, is that if you're looking for the players to have resilience, you want the people around them to have resilience. So I expect Darren, me, Rod, all of us to show that exact same resilience we're asking of the players.